Hello, good morning, my dear thinkers. This is your Tinker Master Srinivas from scientificstudents.com. On this 1st June 2025, I am tinkering a power amplifier. So, this is a special MOSFET power amplifier, works on dual voltage like plus 24, 0, minus 24 DC. So for that, first we are using a transformer with 24-0-24 and also 12-0-12 tapping on it. As you know, the primary is 230 volts, right? So we are going to connect the secondary of this transformer for the power supply board. So in the power supply board, so we have a special arrangement with capacitor which is going to create the positive DC volts with respect to the center tap 0 and also negative DC voltage, I mean the minus 24 volts with respect to 0, the center tap, okay? So this is how this board is going to help. This board also will have plus 12 volt DC availability, but of course that is unregulated. And then we will have this 7805 regulator IC for constant output 5 volt for our this kind of tuners and then the MP3 players and all that, right? So let me tinker all this, the power amplifier and the preamplifier and the bass treble controls and the volume control, and then let's see, integrating selector for choosing the input signal to the power amplifier from various inputs like mic, auxiliary, pen drive and FM radio and Bluetooth, etc., etc. Okay. So once we complete this wiring, then again I will show you. So before doing this wiring, I will take out all the components from this. I just kept them in the box, what all the parts required to build this today's tinkering. So I will take out all of them and then I will plan where to keep them. That is integration. Then we will mark them and then make holes onto the black cabinet. And then we will keep these components, the parts, the amplifier boards and the BT boards, the bass treble board, and then the power supply board and the transformer, all that, etc., etc. We will tighten with nut bolts and then we will start wiring. Okay? So stay tuned for the next connectivity of this today's tinkering. Okay then, bye-bye. Hello, good evening, my dear tinkers. I am your Tinker Master Srinivas from scientificstudents.com/tinker-masters.html. So on 1st June we started tinkering this audio power amplifier with a power gain of 100 watts with 4 MOSFETs with a dual power supply 24-0-24. I mean positive 24 volts, 0 and negative 24 volts. And this is a step down transformer. And then these are the filter capacitor. This is a rectifier. 6 ampere diode capabilities, And then these are the filter capacitors and regulators, 12 volts and 5 volt regulators. 5 volt regulator for this or module, FM module, and this will do lot many things. This module will do lot many things. I will explain you all about. And then now what is that special I wanted to make you all understand all about this tinkering. See the power what we have taken 230 volts AC, the cable, from here the 230 volts AC we have taken from here inside to this amplifier compartment and then it went to the fuse, and from the fuse it came to the switch. Here is a switch, and from the switch it went back to the transformer primary. Here 0 to 30 volt tapping, primary winding. These three are meant for auxiliary power supply, 12012 AC. So for here, low current demand to drive my BT board and all, okay, and this audio, this integration and all. So the main current required to power amplifier is supplied by these tappings. These are 24024 at 5 ampere. They can supply 5 ampere of current. I can draw 5 ampere of current from these lines. So that's why here 6 ampere current carrying capacity, bridge rectifier, and with a center tap 0. So because of these two capacitors and the connecting rectifier, so we are converting, we have the positive 24 volts and then 0, and then with respect to 0, negative 24 volts. Those voltages have come here as a power input requirement to this board. Positive 24 volts, 0, and the blue one is negative 24 volts. Okay, more clearly you can see. So it's a dual power supply driven MOSFET amplifier, 4 MOSFETs, and they are basically 2SC 5200 and then 2SA 1943 in the same way this side also. So to handle currents equally, complementary symmetry MOSFET amplifiers, okay, and the drivers for all this, okay, and current limiting resistors, and okay, this is most interesting. This is called bass treble board, BT board. We have practiced many boards. We have tried many BT boards, almost 5 to 6 different BT boards we have tried, but ultimately we have seen the impedance matching is the best between this model power amplifier board and this BT board. It's excellent matching, so that you will get a full fidelity of audio. Why this BT board is required? Whatever audio you are selecting from a selector switch here may be coming from your audio integration, this one. This is very interesting. It has got many features, like you can pair with your Bluetooth, like cell phones and all, and also you can play USB pen drives, and also you can use memory. See how beautiful is this. And it has got a mode button to choose whichever mode you want, and you can scan the FM radio stations availability and all, and this red wire is the antenna wire, okay. Anyway, what I am trying to show you now, they are the selector switches here. They are the 3 selector switches. These 3 selector switches will help you to select whatever audio you want to select from the inputs. That's what also is important, no? Because this is a main master power amplifier, so definitely we need some selector switches to select audio from a mic amplifier or any other preamplifier or any other auxiliary sources, like many audio inputs. So you can choose them, whatever you want from here. Okay, then what else I wanted to explain you guys. So this is the wiring. What we did is, so output of this power amplifier we have connected to the output sockets, where my speakers are connected. Okay, see the speakers are connected. So there is a LED we are using, LED indication. So this is connected to output of 5-volt regulator, so that it will give us an indication 5-volt regulator is okay and 12-volt regulator is okay and unregulated DC is also okay. That will indicate. And this is a power switch. This is a power switch, a 16 amp power switch, good, very good quality power switch. So with this, and especially I just wanted to mention few more points about selecting the cables. So the durability, the pure coppers, and then for better soldering, and then also planning to place the transformer and power supply and the rectifier board and the BT board, and keeping some place for any future expansion of this power amplifier. That's also important. We don't know what is that we are going to do. Okay, we can do always some expansion. Here in this case, I will be using it as a battery driven, my solar power driven power supply. Instead of this 230 volts power input, I will go for my own design with a power supply unit, so that the same amplifier can also be driven, can also be used on my solar power plant. So I will be using it later. So this is a cooling fan, because you are using 4 MOSFETs at a full volume level. Definitely you might generate. And another most important point about this particular power amplifier, you can go up to 30-0-30, positive 30, 0, minus 30, but at that time it will dissipate some heat, so you need a forced air cooling system. So the way airflow we have taken care, what happens is that once we close this entire cabinet for this amplifier, so all the hot air is taken out from these grills, so that the inside temperature is always kept at room temperature. That is going to help the entire power amplifier, because while the working, this particular MOSFETs will generate heat, and that heat will go to heat sink, and if you can make somehow the heat sink also is cool, then they will be cool, like that, everything is cool. So there are the volume controls. And the most interesting one challenge what I found while today I am finalizing this entire assembly. So when we brought various BT boards, when we found this BT board is better suitable to all this, but here the inputs are there, outputs are there, and the 12-volt connection is there. But all the time we cannot come here inside this cabinet and then adjust the bass and treble. Immediately I have a mentee, Punit, 4th grader. Now he is getting promoted to 5th grade. Punit, can you come here? So, can you show this? So he is Punit, a 4th grader. Okay. So he is the one told me. So what is that you told me? What is the solution you have given me?
ఇది తీసి కంట్రోల్ పెట్టి ఇలాగా.
Which control? Show here. Which control? So he is the one who gave me this idea. So let us remove this and then place this regular potentiometer pot, so that we can adjust the bass and treble from the outside also. So I must thank my Punit gave me this idea. Likewise 2-3 ideas he gave me while today's fabrication is going on. So I think it's a time for you to power on and show you some things about it. Okay, let me try power on. Okay, so already 230 volts AC is coming inside my total tinkering fabrication to the fuse, and from the fuse to the switch it has come. Okay, if my Punit doesn't know, if he put his hand there it will shock me, because 230 volts is already there. Okay, now I'm just going to switch on from the outside, holding it outside, because the cabinet is not closed. I'll close after the video is done. So I'm going to switch it on and let's see in which mode it by default it goes. The fan is on, you can see.
FM mode.
So it went to FM mode directly. Okay, so directly it went to FM mode. So we can change the frequencies because the place where I am staying, we have near about 4 FM stations. So 4 signals are there, 91.1 and then 92.7 and then 93.5 and then 102.9. All of them are there. So we can change that. We can use the remote control to change the stations or the frequencies. Likewise. Now what I'll do is, I'll just insert my pen drive. There are few songs my children recorded into this. Let me put it into this.
Drive.
So likewise, I just went to 15% volume level, then you have seen the outcome, how much sound it is coming up. Then if you go up to 50%, I think my minties, like especially the Gautam guy, second grader, you won't be able to sit here. He always worried about high volumes. So he is the Gautam guy. So second grader, he is there to record this video. While tinkering entire this project, he knows all the stages at every point what we did. He knows. And I must thank these guys. I must thank my mentees to help me while integrating. The rightmost one is Sai, 5th grader, is promoting to 6th grade this year. And in the middle one is the Gautam, 2nd to 3rd. And the leftmost is the Punit from 4th to 5th. Because of three mentees, continuously they have come here for 3 days to complete this tinkering. You see? So why is that, I have done this tinkering to make you all understand how the volume controls works, the variable resistors, the pots, potentiometers, or in short they call them as pots, and also to make you all understand about BT boards and the power supplies, dowel power supplies and ribbon cables. We have used all of these fellows, and the MOSFET power amplifiers, and how to make the required rectifiers for 2 amps or 5 amps or 6 amps, and using the powerful capacitors. So I think after all this, especially my children enjoyed, my mentees enjoyed the integration part. How to install the fan, how to install the transformer, how to plan where to install, how to connect the cables. All that we have well planned, we have discussed many times, and then we planned on papers, and then finally we have started tinkering, and on this 3rd June evening at 6 o'clock we have completed this. So thank you. Enjoy yourself, make yourself, and enjoy your own music. Okay then, bye bye. Happy tinkering, keep innovating. If you have any questions, more questions than what I have not explained while making this, I can make you understand many other points. If you have any doubts about all that making process or any specs about the components or the boards, whatever, I can make you understand, not a big deal. Okay, so I think happy tinkering, keep innovating. Why import when my India can export. Past made in Japan, present made in China, but today onwards only make in Andhra, made in India, make in India. Skill India from School India. Let's raise skill set schools. All children can make all this kind of interesting, they're interesting because they like dance. That's a good yoga for them. So, along if they make their own music system, they'll enjoy more. Mentally, physically, they'll be tuned. Let's do something that way. Okay then. Bye-bye. Jai Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Mera Bharat Mahan. Bye-bye.